What up, Earthbound Army? Hope everyone's having a good day or night or whatever it is. It is 11:30 in Australia at the moment. The video that I released earlier is pretty much so it's in the same day here. That was at 6 a.m. in the morning when the video launched, world premiere of the Earth 2 terrain engine, and that was pretty exciting. It was a reaction video, but now looking back at it, it was the world's worst reaction video. It was the worst, most muted and low-key response. When I look back at it, I think, geez, you weren't excited at all, buddy. You watched it and you weren't excited. But I realize now that I laughed at Nathaniel in the other video for his kind of a low-key response when he just woke up to the guys asking him questions, how unenthusiastic he sounded. But look, egg on my face, because when I watched my reaction video, now I get it. When you just wake up, your reaction time to everything that's cool and amazing is just delayed by, I don't know, 10 seconds. So I spent all day at work. I've had time to review the video. I've had time to digest what I saw, and I want to give my post analysis on how I felt about the terrain and what I wanted to see. I guess there's a lot of video out there with different kind of reactions. Randy has done one, Kevin from Earth 2 Mastery has done a bunch, Earth 2 Meta, there's Tile Life, everyone has their own reaction videos. Okay, so everyone has their own opinions. Quoting the famous line from somewhere I heard that opinions are like assholes, right? Everyone has one and they all stink. But I don't mean that. Everyone's opinion is valid and I respect everyone's opinion. And as diverse as it is, it's great to see, because I think the only way that we can help the developers grow and move forward is if we have a balanced opinion, right? We can't just have everyone just hyping up their game, because then it will become an echo chamber of positivity, which, while it is great, I think you also need some constructive feedback to help the development team take that on board and grow moving forward. So in that sense, I'm not saying mine is a negative reaction, but I'm just saying that I would have liked to see a few other things. The first thing I would have liked to see was a variety of biomes. Now I know it's about the engine, it's about the terrain, and it's early days. I know I'm just being selfish, I'm being a bit of a prick, I'm being greedy. I get it, I acknowledge it, okay? But I'm just putting it out there. I would have liked to see different biomes, right? I would have liked to see swampland. I would have liked to see the Sahara Desert, what that looks like, winter looks like, what the rainy season looked like, what the monsoon looks like, what's the tropic looks like, what the Amazonian forest look like. So I would have liked to see all that stuff, but I understand, you gotta feed us breadcrumbs, you gotta keep us interested. So I'm sure they're gonna show us that in the later stages of the game. Nonetheless, greedy self wanted to see that. I would have liked to see weather simulations as well. What do elemental particles look like? What does snow look like? What does the snow on Mount Fuji look like? What does, like I said before, monsoonal rain looks like? The heat from the Sahara Desert. So all that good stuff. It would have been also cool to see more day-night cycles. I think there was one, maybe, I'm not too sure, but it would have been really cool to see a transition of day-night cycles. It also would have been cool to see like natural occurring events like comets or shooting stars, the aurora borealis, right? How does that play out in Earth 2? No buildings. I would have loved to see buildings. I get it, it's hard to do, it's early, but I would have loved to see buildings. Even if they did the video like a 2-second flash of a populated city and then boom, it collapses, and then from that collapsed city, environmental textures, vegetation grows. That would have got panties wet, man. Like, I swear, you would have get people throwing their panties on the screen. It would have been amazing, right? So yeah, like a populated city full of buildings, and then suddenly it melts, and from that vegetation grows. Oof, jeez. That would have hit the spot for many people. I think that would have been great, but we got no buildings, and it is what it is. I also think why my response was a bit low-key and a bit muted was because I kind of feel like we've seen this before, right? If you played like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or like Red Dead Redemption 2, and you've seen the environments and you've seen how good environments can look, when you see something like Earth 2, whilst it is very, very impressive, very, very detailed, don't get me wrong, I loved what I saw. A part of me was like, okay, I've seen this before. So for those that have not seen this type of quality Unity or Unreal Engine terrain editor or terrain environment, then it would have been mind-blowing. But for those that are deep with games and have a history of playing games, then for sure they would have been like, oh cool, looks amazing, this looks great. Seen it before in the back of my head, it's like, yeah, I've seen it before, still looks amazing. So for the retail investors or the investors in there that are in it for the money or new to this stuff, then yeah, totally get why your mind is blown with this, because it is mind-blowing. Another thing I would have liked to see was an avatar, even if it was just a fake 3D modeled avatar, even if it was just first person view and you can only see your hands, walk through the terrain and interact with elements within the terrain. You know, we saw flowers, we didn't see any animals, we saw flowers, and it would have been good just to see the hand popping down, picking up a flower. You can see how we interact with the different elements within the terrain. That would have been kind of nice to see. But again, that's me being nitpicky. That's me just being selfish and wanting what I want. But again, I appreciate the complexities of these things, the timing of these things, and you know, they wanted to show us the engine, which looks amazing. So those are my thoughts on the engine and the video, now that I've had a bit of time to reflect and digest it. How do I feel about it now? Am I excited? Yeah, I'm excited. Even that wasn't very exciting, but it is 11:40. I don't want to wake the family, but yeah, I am excited about it. I do love what I see. It's very detailed. I love the potential in it. I love the fact that you can really immerse yourself in it. I believe Shane when he says his escape from Earth 1 is to just fly within this engine and be immersed in that whole environment. I think it's beautiful. I think that's the term. Am I excited about the prospects moving forward with Earth 2 and what they can do? I am excited, but I am also reserved because that's kind of my natural predisposition. I am kind of like a stand back kind of guy just to watch how everything plays out. But I'm mindful of how things will progress once they add layers on top of the engine, right? They're going to have to add buildings, they're going to do caves, they're going to do water. How deep will the oceans go and how high will the mountains go? As they pack on different elements within the game, I think it will impact how things are. But for the time being, what we've seen looks fantastic, looks amazing. Really excited for the future of Earth 2 moving forward. And they've done a good job optimizing everything as well. There was a document available through the Discord that, and I think linked in the YouTube description, that talks about how they've optimized the engine so that you don't get popping of graphics. You know, back in the day, some games when you walk up to a mountain, right, all of a sudden it will just pop up right in front of you because the draw distance is so close. So these guys have really long draw distances where the horizon, you can see really far into the horizon without having that popping of the graphics and the rendering popping just randomly here, there, everywhere. So they've done a good job optimizing it. And not only that, they've said that you can kind of downscale and you know, reduce the settings for the game, so you can run it on lower spec PCs. So excited, yes. Looking forward to it, yes. Do I regret investing in Earth 2? I never regretted it in the first place. Am I more of the advocate now, having seen what I've seen? Yes, 100%. It'd be interesting to tell me what you guys think about it. You know, if you were unsure before, are you more sure now? You know, will you now tell all your friends or your mates or your colleagues or your family about Earth 2? Because we actually have something to show them now, right? We have video footage of the terrain, whereas before we had like a trailer of what Earth 2 could be. But now we have something to show them. I think it gives them more credibility, and it makes it easy for us to introduce our friends to this whole virtual land buying and selling kind of aspect to Earth 2. So with that said, guys, my next video is a video similar to what I've done in the past, where I bring you the answers from the development team straight after the stream in Discord. So, you know, the gang was there, people asked a bunch of questions and they answered that. And again, it's just interesting to see their answers in response to certain type of questions. We'll do some reading into that and also introduce you to the new troll of Earth 2, that is Wolfgang. You know, he's the crazy uncle that everyone loves. Okay, so until then, I'll see you in the next video.